Hey, I hope you're having a good day. Today I'm going to be talking about Keepa, which is a fundamental Chrome extension for Amazon sellers. It's used to analyze products, whether you're sourcing or pricing. So this is what my Keepa graphs look like, and the great thing about Keepa is that you can customize it. I'll start off by going through what the data shows. So on the left, you have the price. On the bottom, you have the dates. And on the right, you have the sales rank. You can change what information you see by toggling them on the right here. So if we start with by just selecting the Amazon, we can see that when there's an orange shaded area, that Amazon are in stock. You can also see the price that Amazon's selling at here. And obviously, if there's no shaded area, that means that Amazon aren't in stock. I don't tend to look at the new price that much, but it can be used as an indication of what the prices of other sellers are. To me, the sales rank is far more important, as it shows how well an item is selling. For those who don't know, a drop in the sales rank indicates one or multiple sales, so a period like here, where there's a very big decrease in the sales rank may indicate a lot of sales, whereas periods like here, for example, where there's only a slight drop, may not be because of a sale. If we move on to the buy box, this shows you the price, which the buy box is at currently. And for those who don't know, the buy box is the price that you pay if you click this button right here. And it's important to see who's holding the buy box. So to do that, you can hover over and see who it is. If it's third-party FBA, which is what I am, and a lot of people doing this it will say third-party FBA, but here it looks like the buy box is often Amazon. We can confirm this by clicking on it and seeing that the seller is Amazon.co.uk. Whereas over here, as you can see, the buy box is a fulfilled by merchant seller, and you can see who it is. It's actually Debenhams selling it there. So those are the main three lines I use for my analysis. I don't really see that much point in using other bits of information, as it just becomes sort of information overload and it's not really that useful. For those of you doing used, you can toggle the used price and get a better indication. So that's here, and that can show you the price that used sellers are selling at over time. But for me and for most of you, I think the best setup is to just have the Amazon sales rank and the buy box. Down here is some more information which shows the number of sellers. This can be obtained by clicking the More Historical Data button here. The number of sellers is useful as it can give you an indication, especially when pricing, of whether the price of the product will continue to drop or rise. If the number of sellers is dropping, that could give a good indication that the price will rise. As mentioned, you can look at different periods of time. So in the bottom right here, you can choose the range of time that you look over, so you can choose daily, weekly, months, 3 months, a year, or over the whole period of data available. This is useful to get a quick overview of past performance of the product. You can also select a region which you want to investigate further, so perhaps where Amazon have got out of stock, by simply holding your cursor and then dragging it and releasing, and this will zoom in on the periods you want to look at. So if we look at some settings, there's actually a few that I recommend you use. So there's a default time period at the top, and this is more personal preference, but I like to use 3 months, and you can always change it, so it's not that important. If we look towards the bottom here, there's a setting here called Show Price History Graphs as Overlays, and so on, and I would toggle that to yes. And what that allows you to do, I'll show you an example, is if you hover over a product like this, the Keepa graph appears in the bottom right of the page, and so on. This is really useful for getting a quick idea of products, especially when you're pricing. Another setting that I recommend you turn on is to display product stock quantity. Set that to yes, and what that allows you to do is if you go to the seller information page by clicking on a button similar to this, it'll take you to a page like this, and for some sellers it will show you the stock. This is really useful for when you're making purchasing decisions or pricing decisions, as you want to know how much stock your competitors have. It doesn't work for all competitors, and a way to get around this is by clicking add to basket and changing the quantity to 999, and it'll tell you how many products that seller has in stock. So another feature of Keepa is the data tab. If you click this, you can get a lot more information around the product. I don't use this that often, but if there's a product that I'm not sure on, especially if Amazon are selling, I might have a look at this. For example, it can show you the amount of time that Amazon has been out of stock over the last 90 days. And if Amazon on the listing and not sharing the buy box, this can be really useful to see how often you're going to be selling this product. There's a lot more information here, but this is a beginner tutorial, so I'm not going to go into it too much. Same with the settings. I recommend with the settings, you just play around, and if anything goes wrong, you can just click this at the bottom here to reset the settings to the default. Another feature of Keepa is if you click this button, it'll take you to an eBay page, and you can check if the products are sold on eBay or not. I'm just going to show you another product to give you an idea of another Keepa graph. So if I go sales rank, buy box, and then more historical data, as you can see, this product has not been sold by Amazon, and unlike this Keepa chart, is a bit less complicated as Amazon aren't selling. So here it's a bit more straightforward. We can have a look at what the buy box is over time and the sales rank. So here you can estimate how often the product is selling. If you go to the last month, for example, and then look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on sales, this can give you an indication of how often the product is selling, as mentioned, and is really useful for when doing your analysis. If you'd like to enhance your analysis even further, you can check out a tool called BuyBot Pro, which I have here on the right. I'm not going to go into too much detail because this is a video on Keepa, but it is really useful and I thoroughly recommend it for anyone serious about their Amazon selling. I'm conscious of making this video drag on, so I'm going to end it here. If you'd like more information, you can check out my Facebook group in the description. I hope this has helped, and if you have any questions, just leave it as a comment below and I'll answer it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers.